Sunday fireside chats, like we're talking about fireside. We had one, which we don't. But nevertheless, today's story is on positivity, especially for young lives and especially for our kids. So I've been coaching kids since they were 4 all the way to 15, and throughout this journey, I have so many parents that say things like, "Oh, I don't want to tell my kid how good he is because then he'll stop working hard. He'll lose his drive, he'll lose his motivation. So I don't want to tell him how good he's doing. I want to keep on pushing him, but it's not good enough. That's not good enough." And I used to be like that too because I grew up that way. My dad was always like pushing me to do better and pushing. Never, nothing was ever good enough, and never really told me how proud he was of my accomplishments or anything of that. But if you ask him later, he would say he was just trying to motivate me, he was just trying to push me, and he was like that with all his kids. A couple of examples: when I was growing up, I was really into basketball, and specifically Jordan, 84, 85. But when I was in '88, Jordan had some Jordan shoes, and Jordan was killing it in '88. I was at the Montebello Mall with my dad. We went by Foot Locker, and I said, "Dad, can I get these Jordans? These are awesome. Can I get them?" And my dad said, "Heck no. There's no way. No, they're $100. No way. $100 back then." He said, "If you get straight A's, which I know you probably won't, then maybe I'll get them for you." And I had 3 grading periods to do it in. First grading period, at the point I had all A's. I had A's and B's and had a C minus. So after my first grading period, I had all A's except for a B, which was that C minus. And I went to my mom and I said, "Mom, do you think my dad would give me my Jordans? Because look at my grades, they all went up. I got all A's except for this B, but it was a C minus." And she said, "Yeah, heck yeah, I think he will do it." So I went to my dad and I said, "Dad, can I get my Jordans?" And he said, "Heck no. I told you, man. I told you couldn't do it. You got to get all A's. I told you couldn't do it." So the next grading period had all A's except for an A minus, which was a B that I had. And I went to my mom and I said, "Mom, they're all A's now." And she said, "Yeah, I think you're going to do it. I think you're going to get your Jordans." And I went to my dad, and my dad said, "No, man, an A minus is not an A. It's lower than an A. That's why it's an A minus." "See, I told you, man." So my last report card, I got all A's. I went to my dad, said, "Dad, what's up? I got all A's. Can I get my Jordans?" He said, "Man, why can't you get some A pluses?" And so that was my dad. When I was in high school, we all took state exams and in different subjects. I had honor classes. I took in math and I got like top 5% of the state. I got honors. There was high honors, and then nothing. I was the only one in my class in my school that got, as a junior, that got honors. And I went to my dad, said, "Dad, top 5 in the state. Look, honors." He said, "Oh, really? Only one in school that did it, buddy." He said, "Really? Is that the highest you can get?" I said, "No, you can get high honors." He said, "Who got high honors?" I said, "This one girl got high honors. One girl got high honors. I got honors. That's it. High honors top 2%, honors top 5%. And he said, "How can you get high honors?" I mean, it was just my dad for you. Actually, I started shooting basketball because I would lower the rim and dunk it. And my dad, and I said, "Look, Dad, look." And he would say, "There's no talent in that. You're just dunking it. You want to impress me, you got to shoot it from distance." And that's where I started shooting. So anyways, that was my dad. And then when I had my kids, I was like that too, especially to my older guy. I'd be like, "You can't do that. You're not good enough, this and that." But I learned to be assertive with my older one, which was like that when he was young. And my younger one, Eli, I had to be more like, "You can do it," build him up. And my little girl, I had to be totally different, right? But nevertheless, I still had that "you can't do it" kind of mentality. And so I learned through coaches' clinics and different stuff that's not good. I have to build up my kids. I got to breathe life into them and tell them they can conquer the world. Actually, not tell them they can conquer the world, remind them. Because when we're young, we think we can do anything. We think we can fly. We think we can be Superman, Batman. We think we can do anything we want. The world beats that out of us. And that's when I learned to really spill nothing but positivity into my kids, to really acknowledge the hard work they're doing, the improvement they're doing, the progress they're getting, because the world will take care of the negativity. My job is to fill them up so much with positivity, so much with what they can do that the world can affect them. So I tell everybody, fill up your kids with positivity. Remind them that they can do anything. Remind them that if they work, the rewards in the journey. I tell my kids all the time, man, your superpower is your discipline and your work ethic. And if you have that and you keep that, you can conquer the world. You can do anything you want. The world will serve as a negative person. The world will beat down your kid. The world will tell them they can't do it. The world will tell them they're not good enough. And it's our job to lift them up so much that they can overcome that negativity.